FearnutZ. It's a show where two guys talk to you. Even though you can't talk back, Mr. FearnutZ will feel so much to talking guys. Last 30 minutes to an hour, those two guys that I mentioned have a show named FearnutZ. And you should watch it right now.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of FearnutZ Hour, the best half-hour show on the internet. I'm Mr. FearnutZ. Along with me always is Fearsome. Today we got two special guests. Introduce yourselves.
Night Hunters.
And Zombifida.
Today we're going to be talking about board games.
And card games.
And card games.
We tried a couple different ones. Well, I tried and they tried. These were some of Brandon's board games and card games that we all tried for the first time, except for him, of course.
Yeah.
Alright, so what did we try first?
First game we have on deck is Cards Against Humanity. Go bring that up.
There we go.
Got a shot of it. So this is a very interesting game. You can find it on Amazon. Probably the easiest way to find it. And you can also go to cardsagainsthumanity.com. That is really bright.
No
Not
bitch.
really lighting this up very much.
No, it'll light up the game, so
Oh, okay.
we're going to have to edit that out in post.
No, it's fine. So, alright, so Cards Against Humanity, for anyone who's played Apples to Apples, is basically a dirty version of Apples to Apples, which makes it a lot better, because Apples to Apples is very lame and boring. Okay, so, what were your impressions?
As someone whose family has made them play Apples to Apples many times, I liked it. Of the games we played, it's the one that I think I could most likely get other people to play. And I pretty much know that, because it's the only game that I've heard other people talk about already.
As a hardcore gamer, like, it is one of the games I bought to play with my family who aren't gamers. I mean, I have games like Chaos in the Old World that I can play with my gamer friend, but not a lot of people outside my regular group's gonna play that. So, what do you guys think?
I thought it was fun, but I would probably pick and choose the crowd that you play it with.
See, I get the impression they know more reserved people than we
Very,
do.
very reserved people.
Definitely not for everyone.
Like you and your cohort, Allison, were actually embarrassed and too shy to say a couple of things.
So not true.
That's not a common thing amongst our friends and family. My family would just laugh hysterically. Like, my grandma would pull a card that said, like, Adolf Hitler's stray pubic hair and wouldn't bat an eye.
We gotta make some of our own cards. I got the expansions for it as well, and they have blank cards where you can actually make your own questions and answers. So we gotta
We
do
should
that.
do that.
We gotta do that sometime. Next time we play it, we'll have everyone fill out one.
All yours are just going to be racist as hell, though.
That's not true. A lot of mine will be very nerdy. Like, the best card in the game is the automatic winner. I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember the exact wording, but I know it's amazing. It's waking up to Pac-Man endlessly cum guzzling. And I'm like, wow, you can use that on anything, and it's gonna work. Because it's so good. It's such a good card.
Anyway. Okay.
It did stoke a lot of laughs, which is good. Including one person who laughed so hard that she couldn't quit laughing. And
For like 10 minutes.
for at least 10 minutes.
It was you.
It was you
that did that.
Yes.
Whatever. It was not for that card though.
But it was in the course of the game.
It was in
That was when
Exactly.
she farted, though, right? During the game?
Very funny.
Is that what that was?
Very funny.
Okay,
Now all the interwebs are going to know you farted.
that is true.
I did no such thing.
We have like 1 million views a week, easily.
It was him.
You mean
So
like
what's
a
next?
positive number, like 10?
No, we got more than 10. Blood Bowl is up to like 120. You
Oh
doubted
my.
the Blood Bowl.
I just said I wasn't interested in watching it and editing it.
It
You
is
had to
like
edit
3
it.
hours, and it is up on our highest viewed videos.
Alright, they're on a time constraint.
Yes.
Let's move along.
We got Guillotine. This is a French game that's set in the French Revolution.
Guillotine is French for head chopper offer.
Yes, you actually play a head chopper offer, actually rival head chopper offers. And the goal is to collect the best head. So you want to get the highest ranking nobles, military, and collect the most impressive head collection. I really like this game. It's very short and very easy to understand. Basically, your round consists of playing an action card and basically shuffling how the heads are coming down the road and decide which one that you want.
I like that you spend less time giving yourself the advantage and more time trying to screw other people. That's basically what it comes down to. Or maybe that's just our tactics.
That was your tactic, and you actually screwed yourself at the end of the game by ending the game when you weren't in the lead, which I still don't understand.
Well, no, but I was already screwed. I couldn't gain the lead, so I just...
It was at the beginning of the day. You were like the first person.
Yeah, but there was like nothing on the board that could give me the win.
But I could add 3 people at the end, and other people had cards like that, so...
To help yourselves.
But we also
would
did
help.
it by teams, with Allie and I, to benefit the females and to screw you guys.
Well, no one else played as teams.
So the females
That's
got
just not
together
true.
to screw
no,
the guys.
No. You guys kind of sort of helped each other out.
No,
Nah,
that never happened.
He
I mean-
literally just pointed out that I screwed over everybody I possibly could.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we ended up winning.
I personally tried screwing him over several times.
Yeah.
I guess technically we just screwed you over and you over a few times.
Yeah, you guys were basically just vindictive and manipulative and petty in a game
That was
about
Typical
teamwork.
female behavior.
It
Exactly.
was about teamwork, and you guys ruined it. You ruined the spirit of the game of killing people.
But I think it's a good game for like quick pickups.
Yeah, it is a good, quick pickup game. It's also a good family game, because even though you're dealing with chopping of people's heads off, it's done very cartoony and friendly. It's not graphic. It should be graphic.
Well, definitely more family friendly than Cards Against Humanity.
Yes. I mean, it's registered for 12 plus, but I would be fine playing it with.
Well, you don't want to expose kids under the age of 12 to anything French.
That's true.
So, there you go. Alright, on to the next one.
Okay. Next, we have a Steve Jackson game, Zombie Dice. Now, a lot of these, actually the next 2, you can actually see on Tabletop, which is a show on Geek and Sundry that Will Wheaton does, and that's where I actually learned about Zombie Dice and Suro, which is the next game. This is a really simple game. I mean, you have, I think, 13 die,
Fucking hate this game.
and
I kicked your all's asses on this game.
First of all, you didn't kick mine because I didn't play. Because I
Okay,
played it
well
once
the
before
ones that
and
were
it's stupid.
playing,
it's not
I
stupid.
pummeled you.
It's
is-
Yahtzee with the
It's
zombie
not
thing.
Yahtzee either.
And why I hate Yahtzee is because it's completely dependent on blind, stupid
But
luck.
it's not.
Just
it
like that.
is not at all.
No,
because
that's
it's
what
all
you
about
said as I
function.
rolled 3 headshots like every fucking time.
That can happen. But it's
So
all
it
about
does kinda
risk.
rely
No,
on
it
dumb
doesn't.
luck.
Every game relies a little bit on luck.
But that's the thing. When we
But
played,
this
how many
game-
times did I even make it to a second roll? I was like, boom,
That's
3
because
headshots.
you didn't
boom,
believe
3
in the
headshots.
heart of the dice.
Oh, so it's a faith-based game.
Yes.
Very
Okay.
much so.
Very
Okay.
much so.
Well,
like
now it
I
makes
got
sense.
7 or 8 brains in a row on my last roll.
I did the same.
We ripped it up. We almost
and
caught
I
her.
stole one.
And we didn't
My
cheat
little
at all.
cousin kicks my ass at Yahtzee. He gets Yahtzees all the time.
But it's not Yahtzee. Because
It is.
it's all about risk and reward. You roll the dice. You only roll 3 dice at a time.
And you know when to quit.
Yeah, you get 3 headshots.
Kind
you
of
get
like, what's that game where you roll the
It's
dice
not
and you have
like
to try and
Yahtzee,
get
though.
certain sets
But
of dice,
you only
and
roll
if
like
you
twice
risk
in
it,
that.
you can get less points. Oh wait, it's
And
fucking
you only
Yahtzee.
roll twice on that. This one you can win the very first turn if you get enough right. It is a lot more strategic than Yahtzee. It's $10. I say pick it up, give it a try.
And I say, if you're a fan of Yahtzee and
It's
you
not
thought
Yahtzee,
I
though.
would
It's
like to
nothing
play
like
Yahtzee
Yahtzee.
with some zombies, then try it because you'll like it. But if you hate Yahtzee, like I
Alright,
hate Yahtzee,
watch Tabletop. You'll see it's nothing like Yahtzee. It's a lot of fun. You get to add people on to do things that are stupid, and it's fun. Alright, you guys have any thoughts on this? Because we kind of just started arguing.
It's not Yahtzee.
It's not Yahtzee.
Alright, we got 3 not Yahtzees, 1 Yahtzee from the
Well,
person who's only played it.
we've
like
got 3
halfway.
hyper geek, not zombie fanboys and girl, and 1 realist that knows it's fucking Yahtzee.
It's not Yahtzee.
It's a dice game in a cup.
Always quit while you're ahead.
You only roll 3 dice. You don't roll the cup.
Alright. It's not
So,
Yahtzee. But it's Yahtzee.
It's not. Next we got Suro.
Oh yeah, I didn't even take the zombie Yahtzee up, did I?
It
Been
didn't
lazy.
matter. It's just a dice.
Like
So,
Yahtzee.
alright, Suro. You get to play Awesome Flying Dragon. And this is another game that I bought to play with the family because it's a cool concept. You get to play a flying dragon, but it's very simple gameplay mechanics. Basically, you get these tiles, you build a path, and you fly along the path. Your goal is to not fly off the edge of the board and not to run into anyone. And if you're the last one standing, you win. So, before we start arguing about this game, if we end up arguing about it, what were the thoughts on Suro?
Teaches you early to screw each other.
It is once again
Kill
a game
everyone
about
off before
screwing
you
each
can
other.
crash into them.
The goal is definitely to stay away from everyone. You never want someone deciding your fate. Because chances are they're going to fuck you if they can.
Here's the danger I want to point out. It's like playing chess, or, well, more like playing checkers. And that you have people that move fast, and you have people that ponder indefinitely about every little move, while everyone else at the table waits patiently, or not so patiently, until that person finally moves.
I don't know who that is.
So, yeah.
There are a lot of lines. It's very complicated.
There
You have to
because
think
of how
about
many
it. You have
lines
to
there
think
are.
hard. How to make the other person fall off the...
How long did
the
you
board.
last?
She lasted longer than him.
I died second.
Didn't you kill yourself and your friend?
Yes, yes, she did.
At least I took someone down with me.
That is what's important.
Didn't you two go out the same way?
We, Thelma and Louise did.
Yeah, we went hand in hand because we were going to dominate game night, and we were like, these are our guests. We're going to let them have...
We
we'll
were
just
already
ride
the
on this
two
one.
dragons at the top of the mountain. Why be alone at the top when we could just
Yeah.
fly off together?
Plus, we're two guy dragons, and that means we can't procreate. It's done. Our race is dead, so...
And nobody wants to be like that talking dragon from Skyrim where he fucking
Yeah.
Judases the rest of his race.
That dragon sucks.
Anyway,
Okay.
So yeah, that's the Dagron one.
Alright, we got two more for you. We got Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation. This is a Reiner Knizia game, and he is my all-time favorite game designer because he's awesome. And this is another one that's very simple to figure out, but very complex with the strategies, which is a staple of Knizia. Actually, you and I were the two that played this.
Yeah.
So, very Stratego-esque. What were your thoughts on it?
It was a fun game. If you've ever played Stratego, this is way simpler. And it's really quick. I think it's a lot more fun than Stratego, just because of the fact that it can be so quick and you don't have to think all that much about your setup as you would have to with Stratego and your consequences.
Yeah, I mean, who did not turn off their phone during the show?
If it's a phone call, don't answer.
Unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
Okay,
Now we're gonna have to edit that in post.
we probably won't.
We're pretty
But-
lazy.
So, basically, you have the size of Mordor, size of the Free People, and goals to get Frodo into Mordor, store the ring, or kill Frodo if you're Mordor. So, a very simple game. It's 1v1. Has some good 2v2 games, just because we decided to play as teams. But a cool game, very simple. This actually comes, the deluxe edition has a alternate game mode, so it's cheap, easy to pick up and play. And it's a good for like in-betweener setup games because it only takes about 10 minutes to set up and play.
Or while waiting for people to get done playing Borderlands.
Or
I
TV
shut off
reviews.
Borderlands when you guys came in. She was looking up TVs on her Stone Age little phone.
Don't judge.
Alright, final game of the day. Dream Factory. Now, this is one of my favorite games.
I thought it was gonna be like Willy Wonka, but it wasn't.
It's not. And I don't know why it's one of my favorite, because I always fucking lose. I never win at this game. You can ask Tim Fleming, who used to destroy me back at the guild hall, and you can ask Alan, who destroyed us all here today.
Thoroughly.
Just fucking slayed him.
So you play a big-time Hollywood producer, and your goal is to make movies by basically buying these auctions of actors, directors, cameramen, stuff like that. And basically, every time you buy something, you make your opponent stronger because you have to put the money in, and it gets distributed amongst everyone else. This keeps everyone involved. It gives strategy to when you're going to bid on stuff just to raise the amount that's being put in. Because sometimes there's just stuff you don't really want or need, but you want to get other people who do need it to bid more for it. So, alright, thoughts?
I thought this had a lot more strategy than it seemed like everybody else was seeing in it, because I put a lot of strategic thought into it and planned my moves pretty thoroughly, and it worked out for me.
Yes.
It worked out.
I did as well, but like I said, I almost always go with the actor strategy.
You
And
obsess over the actors.
That is a lottery ticket because you do get first pick, and sometimes that's huge, and sometimes it doesn't matter, like tonight's game where it did not matter.
Well, it mattered. I just don't think it mattered as much as the value you put on it. Because, like, I made sure to stay locked into the top 2 in that, but I wasn't willing to go all the way to outbid you and get all the actors. And so I got to keep those resources and still get second pick.
That's true.
So as long as it wasn't one awesome pick with 3 shitters, I was fine. Your guys' thoughts?
I failed miserably and didn't know how to spend money wisely.
That is true. That is true. We found that out.
And women are at a disadvantage with this game because it does involve, managing money.
I played strategically, but I learned one fatal flaw. Make sure you have more money than everybody else when you want something. If you don't, you get screwed.
Yes,
By this guy.
This guy finished 1 movie.
2. No,
He
finished 2.
finished 2. Okay. But he could have finished like 4.
I would have finished 4 if
Yeah.
not for you.
If you're waiting for that one special thing, you got to make sure you count and know where the money is. Like, I knew I had more than you. I had like 26 million at that point, which is over half the money in the game. So.
See, I was already sitting pretty, so I didn't give a fuck. Like, that last round, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't do shit in the last round, and still was sitting pretty good, so I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, typically you want to pay attention more to what everyone else is doing and not just what you're doing, this was the first game for a lot of people, so that's what most people are concerned with is what they need, and not so much about fucking other people over, which I knew you would do with the same one that we had the bid war against, but I also needed that to get my 19. So
I needed that to get my 22.
And I would kind of look at each one like how much I needed it and how much I thought I could get other people to need it. Like, if I was willing to spend 5, that would be like my baseline if that's how badly I needed it. And then if I thought I could get her, and I say her because I could get her to spend money pretty easily, up to like 9, so we would each get 3 million, then that would be my next goal. If I didn't think I could get it for 5, I was going to get her to pay me 3 million to take it. And that strategy seemed to work pretty well.
it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would work as well with a more savvy producer to go against, but as we discussed, we didn't have the most savvy producer sitting next to the person running up the amount. I guess seat order is kind of important too, because she sat in front of you.
Yeah,
It
you
wouldn't
saw
happen as
everything
much.
I needed.
No, it wasn't you. When I looked over, it was to help you because I felt bad sometimes. You were bidding on shit that you had no need to bid on and then just let shit pass that you could use. And I was like, dear Lord. But hey, if you want to hold that against me, fine. Whatever.
You
Try to
did
be
not
a girl.
help me, not even once.
I tried, like, how many times was she, like, going for a bid? And I'm like, do you...
Yeah, he did try to help you out a couple times.
He did.
But
And you just ignored me and threw money at useless shit. It's ridiculous.
alright, well, the wrap up, obviously, I would say you should buy all these games because I bought all these games and I love all these games. Suro and Zombie Dice are very cheap. You can, like I said, if you're interested in those, check out Tabletop. They were played on there, actually on the same episode because they played 3 really short games on that episode. Cards Against Humanity is about $25 on Amazon. It also has
Cards
2
Against
expansions.
Humanity, though, has really grown in popularity,
It sells
and it's
out.
getting harder
Yeah.
to find.
It
It
sells out.
sells out of stores.
I
constantly.
had like
and each
email.
expansion is 10 on
Yes.
Amazon.
I had emails and text alerts letting me know as soon as it went up, and I got 8 left when I bought mine. So it's definitely hard to find because it is getting pretty popular. And as far as I know, it's like a guy sitting in his garage printing them up. Probably a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
now,
and
but
it's of all those games, it's the only one that I've seen other people outside of your circle talking about. Like I've got other friends that don't even technically get into geeky stuff or board games or anything, and they're posting about Cards Against Humanity all the time.
That's true. But Will Wheaton's not in my circle. I wish he was in my circle.
You
But
do.
he's not. And then the 2 Knizia games. Like I said, I love Knizia. Dream Factory's kind of expensive. It's about $60. But it does have some cool artwork with it. A lot of tiles and stuff. I think it's worth it. It's a good family game. And it's pretty easy to learn. And then...
Dagrons.
Yes, Lord of the Rings, the Confrontation is Lord of the Rings, so it's awesome, just based on that.
But
And
now
it's
there's
another
also
friendship.
Lord of the Rings Lego out there.
That's true, but that's a game.
Yeah, but it's a pretty strategy-oriented game.
I don't think so, because it's a Lego game.
It's Lego. It's
Strategy-oriented.
kind of a cerebral thing.
That's true. Alright, so most of these games you can find, I think all of them on Amazon. And if you want to
You
look
buy
up...
everything on Amazon.
That's true. Go to BoardGameGeeks.com if you want to look up reviews. Good site to look up reviews, find games. And then that'll pretty much wrap it up. Anyone have any closing statements?
No? Didn't want to give any advice on any of the games? What strategies worked for you? Did you win anything? Alright, that's it.
Alright, FearnutZ signing off.